Hi everyone, it's one half of the Witchy Stitchers. I'm Charlene, and this is Poe. She had to come in and check out the window because I have it open and she can hear the birds. So if she knocks the camera down, I apologize before the tail says hi. Today is the 10th of July, and I am coming to you with video number 109. And I have quite a bit of progress to show you. Before I get started though, so Morgan finished this for her brother, and she finished it after she did her last video. So she says, wait until your video so you can show it to him, to our viewers. So let me make sure I've got the right direction. So as you know, Morgan diamond paints, and she did the wave for her brother. Dalton loves Japanese art. He absolutely adores it. I have this in a very small cross stitch. It's a combination of the wave and Starry Night that I'm doing for him. And then she also found a poster. I didn't have him grab it, but she also sent him a poster of a different piece of art by the same designer. So it turned out absolutely gorgeous. So, and yes, Morgan, he loves it. So, okay, so for the month, I am at 3,444 stitches. And for the year, I am at 89,333. So I was hoping to hit 100,000 by the end of the month. I don't think that's going to happen just because I've got a lot of things that have come up recently and lots of little projects and trying to get some quilting done, although I haven't set up the sewing machine for a while. I still need to get Morgan's bag that I made. I'm making her one like mine that I made, except same outer fabrics but different inner fabrics. So, okay. So I will show you what I have gotten accomplished since I last visited with you. And I don't have the dates that I worked on these, so I'm just going to pull up bags and show you where I'm at. So first one I worked on was the Temperature Quaker. I am not caught up on this. I think I stitched through I want to say the 5th. We actually had some warm weather. Shocking. Today is really warm though. Today I think I saw our high is supposed to be 82. So I will have some more of these pretty colors. So this is July, and yeah, I have through the 5th done on there. And these 2 days here were over, I don't remember. I'd have to look. But they were, this is the highest that we've been. We had a couple of those. I'll take that back. I guess we had 2 higher temperatures at the end of June. So this is the second to the highest temperature so far. Tomorrow, is it tomorrow? It's either tomorrow or maybe it's Wednesday. We're supposed to get up to 90, which would be really cool because then I would definitely get another color. So this is where I'm at right now. Poe's over here smelling the diamond painting. She can smell Morgan's kitties on it. Are you going to say hello? Or are you just going to sit and supervise? She's so sweet. So that's where I got on that. I hope I can get caught up this evening. Let's see. Let's see what the day allows for. Okay, next up, and I have my notes and I have my piles. I'm just a little bit disheveled. We just got back from down the hill, and I knew I was going to have time to get this done, to get it uploaded today, so I hurried and done it. One other thing, most of these, not all, but most of these I was able to put in on challenges. Morgan and I are with 2 different groups. We're with the Stitch Into the Wild and the Fandom Stitching. Don't knock that over. And So almost all of these I was able to put into challenges to get stitches done. So this one is July, and I actually did get it into 2 challenges. So I'm almost done with the second challenge. It is to stitch in gray, brown, or green. So I'm working on the gray roof. And I remembered, so I'm going to answer. So I have a new viewer. We have a new viewer. Her name is Chantel. Chantel, thank you for watching us, and thank you for being a subscriber. So one of the things that Chantel asked was about post-crossing. And Morgan and I have done, and Dalton too, have done post-crossing since, I think, either 14 or 15. And in all the time that I have been with the group, I am not aware of the capability to request from a specific country. Excuse me. So for those of you that aren't familiar, Postcrossing, and it's postcrossing.com, is a website that you can go on, you fill in your information, and you can send and receive postcards from all over the world. If the United States sends to them or they send to us, you can receive or send mail. And you fill out the information, like what kind of postcards you like, or what your favorite things are, or things along those lines. And Chantel asked a question about being able to send or receive from specific places. And if I didn't understand your question properly, please correct me, Chantel, because I don't want to answer you. I don't want to be wrong in my response. But as far as I know, you cannot choose. Like, I just want to get postcards from England. You're not, to my knowledge, you're not able to do that. I remember reading somewhere, someplace, that for a long time you could choose if you just wanted to receive, if you were here in the United States and you just wanted to receive domestic, you could do that, but I have never seen that on the website. So, and to further that, I am also open to open swap. So if you would like to do a swap between you and I, let me know, shoot me your address, and I will be happy to send you a postcard from Colorado. But again, to reiterate with post-crossing, I am not aware of the ability to pick where you want to receive cards from unless you do the one-on-one swaps. I know that there is a blog that people go on and they discuss, and there's several postcard sites on Facebook. I'm trying to remember the one. I think it's Swap Postcard USA is one of the ones that I belong to, that you can either pick people, or people will just send you, if you give your information, to send random postcard swaps and whatnot. I know that there's several groups like that, but again, with post-crossing, I don't think that that's an option. So I'm sorry I didn't have more insight on that, but I would definitely go onto the blogs or the chats and see if they have any other information about it if I were you. So I hope I answered your question, Chantel. Okay, so going on, and that was digressing, but I wanted to make sure I answered her question before I forgot. So another thing that I worked on, so in the Fandom Stitching Challenge, they are doing Ringo, and I did not bring my form, but it's basically bingo, except Lord of the Rings, Ringo. You get it. And so we had to choose basically 24 to fill in the square, and then each week they spin to pick a project. And so I don't know, I think this was the first, this was the one that was the square that was picked first. I had put her in there. And for those of you that know the reason that I love this project, I used to have a little white dog. Her name was Dusty, and she used to ride in my bicycle basket just like that. She went everywhere with me. She went to the library and the drugstore, and if you can imagine that, she went. So I put in roughly 100 stitches in this one, and you can see her arm. This is part of her cheek, and then part of her bike, and then her dress. So this is a really fun stitch. I need to get it done because it's a super sweet stitch. I really, it reminds me of Dusty. She was a cool dog. She also knew how to jump up on my horse with me and would ride with me on my horse. So, because I never rode with a saddle. I had a really bad accident with the saddle when I was younger, so I always rode bareback. And so she would sit basically on my horse's withers and just check out the world. So, and this is the project bag that I have that goes with it, and my little Dusty dog. So, anyway, memories, right? Okay, what did I show you? I showed you guys July, and I showed you, can you tell I have my notes? Okay, today's spin for the Ringo was the Imperial Shuttle, and I'm able to put this one into Pattern Keeper, which is wonderful. I can't believe I ever negated Pattern Keeper because it's wonderful. So today I did 119 on this one. I did it this morning after this number was spun. So I came over here with this gray, took this gray up, filled in the red, brought some gray over there. So yeah, and I have this one, and I also have the Star Wars Dogfight. But Dalton likes it better, so I'm going to try and get it done first. No, work on this one. All right. Oh, my partner in crime. I don't know if I can show you without. Poe, kitty, kitty, kitty. Can you say hi to the peoples? She's like, yeah, whatever, Mom. I'm busy. I'm taking a bath. All right. So next up, I worked on my April fairy. And we had quite a few things over the last couple weeks that, you know, those hurry up wait appointments. You gotta hurry and get there, and you gotta wait. And we finally got our truck in and got the estimate done for the hail damage. Had to wait on that, and a few appointments here and there. Something really cool. So Dalton's lifeguard group was invited to participate in a lifeguard competition at Waterworld yesterday. Nobody was allowed to go in and watch, of course, but he was able to go and compete. And it sounds like there was a bunch of teams there throughout Colorado, which was really cool. But Preston and I, since we couldn't go in and watch the competition, we ended up going to IHOP and having a cup of coffee and just sitting and waiting, which was fine. But I got a lot of stitching done. So I took my April fairy, and this is where I'm at. I'm not quite halfway across the top. I'm trying to fill in, you know, these blocks of tin as I go across. But yeah, and this right here, these next, probably 3 tins are really, really confetti heavy. So it's kind of slow going, but it's a hay. What do you expect? It's a prerequisite, right? Okay, so let's see. Next, I worked on, I have it in 2 different places. So you guys know that I'm working on Van Gogh's Field of Poppies. And I also have this one in Pattern Keeper. This one's on 18 count, so I can't travel with this because I have to have my, either my glasses or my contacts and my cheaters, I call them, magnifying glass, to work on this one. So I keep it here at home. And it looks like I stopped. I'm not sure what I was doing. But I finished off, I don't know if you guys have seen it since then, so I finished off the top 2 rows of 10, And I have made it to, well, actually I haven't made it as far as I thought. So I've made it to there on the third row of 10 going across. So I was super excited because three of the colors that have the least amount of stitches left are in like the next 2 rows down. So I will be able to zero those out really soon. So I know it sounds silly, but I see too many people with Pattern Keeper that comment about how good it feels to hit 0, and it's like, I concur. It is a wonderful feeling. Okay, the one that was chosen second for the Ringo was Dog Lessons by Lizzie Kate. And I know I put over 100 in this one. I think I did 120. So I basically worked on these words right here. And this is another one. Why aren't you done? I say that about literally everyone I pull out. And I love them all. I don't have an excuse for not having them done. Okay, so this one, so I have to show this to you in 2 bits because I've got it in 2 different places. So I am doing Joan Elliott in July, and I was posting pretty faithfully in the Joan Elliott group, and I noticed that I was the only one that's been posting my progress on my Joan, so it was like, I'll just wait and post it at the end of the month because it kind of feels kind of lonely in there. So I don't know if other people aren't doing it, if other people just aren't posting. I'm not sure. So I thought, heck with it, I'll just wait and show it when I'm done or end of the month. Because I don't know. Sometimes when I do that, I feel like a braggart, and I don't want to be one of those people. I figure like this is bragging enough. So anyway, this is where I've got to. I have worked mostly, so last Monday I brought down the beads because No Heel Monday. I have not stitched on this for a couple days now. I brought the border over, still have to do the beads and the back stitch of course, but made quite a bit of progress. I was actually able to put the border in for a challenge, so that helped out a lot with the progress on this. And I finished off this part of his cloak. Still have a little bit of beadwork right in here to do on his cloak. And then there was another challenge that you were supposed to do backstitch. So I finished up his hair, brought the backstitch down to there. It was weird. And then did some backstitch here in this part of his cloak, or the trim, I guess, of his cloak. Oh, and then I did some backstitch here and here. Yeah, I think that's it. So there's some progress from when I picked him up the first of the month. He won't be finished this month. There's a lot left to do. I just did counted the boxes up, and I'm figuring, well, this was the first of the month when I picked it up, but about 13,000 stitches, and with all the rest of the stuff I want to work on. But it would be really cool to make a din on him so I could have him done for Christmas. So we'll see. All right, so my plan was to work on this one every day to get it done in time for our wedding anniversary in August. I think I touched it twice. So, and I like the piece. I have no excuse for not working on it. I just haven't done it. So I'm talking about My Necessity, Heartstring Samplery. This is a piece that I dyed and I don't know, I think 100 and some stitches is all I've put in. So I don't know about that one. I'm driving the struggle bus on it. Okay, so I haven't seen you guys since, when did I see you last? I saw you on the, when did I see you? Was it the 30th? No. Had to have been the 29th was the last day I saw you guys. Doesn't sound right. 30, 29, the 28th was the last time that I saw you guys. So I should have already showed you my pony. Oh, it says the 26th was the last day that I saw you guys. Oh, that's because I haven't changed my calendar. Ignore me. All right, so the 26th, I tried to work on the war pony because the 26th of August was my dad's birthday. And I don't remember how many stitches I got done on this one. It wasn't a lot, but I did work on it. So, and I'm trying to do the same thing on this one. Come across and do intends, and I'm in the sky, so not too exciting right there. Poe's still laying here asleep. Maybe I need to take her cue and go take a nap. Smart cat. All right, and then last I worked on, this is another project bag by me. I don't have any bottom project bags. I make all mine. The last thing I worked on, so the 27th of June was 12 years since my dad's been gone. And I had actually started cross-stitching this the night that he passed away. I started it when, at the time, we lived in a very rural area. And we had to wait for the coroner, and we had to wait for, because he passed away at home, and for the funeral home and whatnot to come and pick him up. And I had my stitching, and I started this while we were waiting for everything to happen. And I've only worked on it here and there. I mean, as you can imagine, it's kind of a tough one, but it's also one of my favorite projects. So I finally took the pattern in and got it blown up because it's super, super tiny. And I got it blown up and made it much easier for me to work on it and sit down and put some good amount of work in it. And I have decided that I really need to get this done. And we always used to say that the 6 butterflies represented the 4 of us, so Preston, myself, Morgan, and Dalton, and then my mom, who passed away when I was little, and then my dad, my grandpa. So I always said that this represented the 6 of us. So someday it will be on my wall. So I worked on, and this is the fabric that came with the kit. It's a 14 count, really stiff, but most gold collection dimensions kit fabric is. So that was, and this was pretty much where I was at, maybe that came down, but I did all these half stitches here and brought this all down here. I was really happy with it. So I want to do better about working on this one. I think I'm going to try and incorporate this one into how I have the 25th, I work on Christmas, 26th, the horse, work this one into the 27th. I think that would be a good reason for me to get it done. So as far as future plans, I still need to finish Morgan's project bag. I actually found a pattern, and of course I don't know where it's at. I found a pattern for a project bag that, yeah, it's not in here, that has the vinyl face, and I want to play around and see how I do with that. We'll see. Not real keen on working with vinyl, but I'll try it. Worst case scenario, I ruin a chunk of vinyl, and oh well. I haven't done any quilting or worked on my quilts since I saw you last, so I need to get back at that. Like I said, we've been busy, lots going on. So, and as far as when I will be back, I am going to change my calendar first and foremost, because I dropped it on the floor. One of my besties got this for me for Christmas, because she knows I love fairies. So July says I will come back on the 24th. So, and I know tentatively I have an appointment on the 24th. So I will try to come to you that morning. If I don't come to you on the 24th, I will definitely be back on the 25th. So I think that's all I've got. I've rattled your ear off for 30 minutes almost. And yeah. Oh, Jinxie snuck in and said hi. Do you want to say hi to the peoples? Do you want to say hi? No, I don't want to say hi, Mom. All right. Well, with that, I will wish you a wonderful day. I hope you enjoy all of my pretties, and just remember, be kind. Bye.